big questions about the evolution of our solar system is, how did we get water here on this planet?
So we think that the inner planets didn't naturally form with a lot of water. Water is primarily in the outer solar system. But if you end up having Jupiter and Saturn moving outwards, then that is able to suddenly deliver more water into the inner solar system.
Locked in a gravitational dance with Saturn, Jupiter moves back through the asteroid belt. And as it does so, water-rich material is flung inward, where it is incorporated into the growing terrestrial worlds.
So the movement of the giant planets have actually played an important role in the delivery of water to the inner solar system.
In a sense, it is Jupiter's outwards motion through the asteroid belt that we have to thank for the delivery of water to the surface of the Earth. The Earth would be quite a different planet if not for Jupiter's primordial dance.
Around 100 million years ago, an asteroid 10 kilometers across is ejected from the asteroid belt. Dislodged from its orbit by Jupiter, it is now on a collision course with Earth. When it strikes, the impact generates a fireball so hot, anything within a 1,000 kilometer radius dies instantly. The impact throws some 300 billion tons of sulfur up into the atmosphere. And during the nuclear winter that follows, 75% of species, plant and animal, are wiped from the face of the Earth, including the largest creatures ever to walk on its surface. By driving the dinosaurs to extinction, Jupiter cleared
Big John
the
Stud
way to inherit the Earth. And although it still occasionally flings asteroids our way, Jupiter also protects us. For objects heading toward Earth from the far reaches of the solar system, the giant planet's immense gravity acts as a shield. Around 100 years ago, a lump of rock and ice 4 kilometers across is hurtling towards the inner solar system. But Jupiter stands in its way.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition and liftoff of Atlantis and the Galileo spacecraft bound for Jupiter.
70 years later, a mission launches that will witness just how effective a shield Jupiter can be. On board the Space Shuttle Atlantis, the Galileo orbiter. Three years after Galileo launches, comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 has been captured by Jupiter's gravity.
Oh boy, the mailman's here.
And now, locked in the giant planet's deadly embrace, tidal forces begin to tear the comet apart.
Nice lady. Real nice lady.
Its journey into the inner solar system cut short. What happens next presents the Galileo scientists with a unique opportunity.
And so everyone was observing it, and they realized two things. One is that it had just passed very close to Jupiter and probably had gotten pulled apart by Jupiter's tides. And the other was that it was going to crash into Jupiter 2 years later.
The discovery that a comet was about to hit Jupiter was a huge surprise and very exciting.
After crossing the inner solar system, Galileo is approaching the spot where it will witness the comet's final moments.
We knew Galileo would be able to see the flashes directly. We knew that the impacts were going to occur on the night side and that Galileo was going to be able to see them.
On July 16th, Galileo sees the first fragments of the comet enter Jupiter's southern hemisphere.
At 60 kilometers per second, the fragments really heated the atmosphere, red hot, almost to the temperatures of the sun.
And the pieces hit the planet one after the other.
A little bit.
Pieces of comet Chun 89 strike Jupiter over the course of 6 days.
They look like big flashes on Jupiter. The pictures of the impact were fantastic.
These tiny points of light, captured from 240 million kilometers away, are the only time a comet strike has ever been witnessed. The most destructive impact releases energy equivalent to 6 million megatons of TNT, leaving behind a giant dark cloud 12,000 kilometers across. By capturing objects in its orbit and incinerating them on impact, Jupiter protects us from bodies that might otherwise collide with Earth.
The fate of the planets is intricately tied with that of the star that they orbit. So for our own solar system, the sun dictates our fate.
As our sun has changed, so has the potential for life on our neighboring
I actually
planets.
already worked out this morning, but
Their history shows
I was really tight.
that habitability is a delicate balance.
It'd be like, this would be the video of me this morning. Oh!
It doesn't always last.
Until I loosen up. Then once I start moving, start doing stuff, I feel better. I stretched my back really,
There is
really
only
good
one
last
planet
night.
that has retained
That's
its
the main
water and
things I
habitability,
make sure I do is stretch my back.
and that's Earth.
Constantly stretch my back.
What's
my
remarkable
legs.
about Earth is the stability
Everything,
of those
really.
conditions
Neck.
that Earth has been able to maintain
Hit that
oceanic
spine
conditions at its
and
surface
stretch
throughout
that
its
baby.
entire history through billions of
Lower
years.
back.
And that's what's facilitated the very rich biological
Yeah,
evolution of Earth.
Earth is a very special place. It's the only place in the
And I'm a
universe
little
where
sore
we know
from it.
definitively that there is life.
For that to happen, you need
was feeling
not just
pretty
liquid
good.
water appearing
I'm
on
like,
the planet,
you know,
but liquid
first when I
water
started stretching,
staying
I'm
on
like,
the planet.
oh, fuck, I
And
don't
that's
feel like
the
that.
magic of
This
Earth.
sucks. And it's, you know, you soldier
Thanks to the
forward,
size
keep
and
doing it, go
geology
through the
of our
motions
planet,
of it. Okay,
the
maybe I'll
atmosphere has
just
remained
stretch for
stable
20
enough
minutes
for
or
billions
just
of
say I
years.
stretched today.
Protecting the precious
And, you
water
know, I keep
has
going.
enabled complex
Okay.
life to evolve.
Yeah, little by little I start warming up, I start feeling
Life
better.
has woven itself
And
into the
what-
fabric of the planet.
I started out being like a half hour, you know, thinking it was going to be like a half hour stretch. Say that I stretched, and I keep the discipline of
To
stretching
shape
every
the
day.
continents and the oceans.
I was watching Timcast, and I ended up watching the entire Timcast
So that now, life
show
itself
that they had
maintains
on.
the very atmosphere
I watched that entire show, and then I started watching something
that
else
protects our fragile
afterwards.
ecosystems.
I can't remember what it was, to be honest. Some other movie I started watching. Oh, it was Black Hole Disney, I think. That's what it was, I think. And I did, you know, and I stretched through most of that too, you know. I was like, I stretched for
But
a
as
good
the sun
3.5,
continues to grow
probably close
hotter,
to 4 hours. And
temperatures
I hit
on Earth
everything.
rise.
I did. I also did like back strengthening exercises. And,
Upsetting weather patterns.
when I wake up in the morning after that, I feel great, but I am a little sore.
Raising
And
great
at
storms
first I don't want
across
to
the
move
planet.
and that. I just start
and
doing my
devastating
Qigong
droughts.
exercises. And eventually I loosen up.
As plants around the world die out, oxygen levels plummet.
That's it. It's just going through the
Around a
motions
billion
of it.
years
And
from
don't be
now,
in a hurry.
the age of complex
Just
life
let
on
your
Earth
body loosen up. It will.
will
Just
finally
keep
draw
working
to
at
a
it.
close.
If you're in a hurry, you'll
Or
hurt yourself.
ultimately be
So,
like
you know, I mean,
Venus and Mars. Just
it's
mostly
different for
CO2,
older
but
people
we-
than it
no,
is younger
nothing else
people. When I was
in the
young, I could
atmosphere.
drop
And it
down
would
into
remain in that
splits,
state of sort
fucking
of hot
stick my leg,
oven
just
flame
grab my legs,
until
because I used to show off
ultimately
all
the
the time.
sun,
Grab my leg, put it
uses
straight
up
up in the air
its
like that.
hydrogen
Ta-da!
and goes into a different
You know,
phase
show
where it
off my
becomes
kung
what we
fu
call
all the
a
time.
red
My
giant.
flexibility.
As we've seen in other
And
stars throughout
I
our
can still
galaxy,
hold my leg
throughout
up
the
pretty
universe,
good.
our sun will continue to
But,
get hotter and hotter over time.
And that point
If
it
I
will
just
expand greatly to the point where it
did
will,
that right, like tried to do it
nearly
right
engulf
now,
the Earth
I
entirely.
might
At
hurt
that point,
myself.
the
So, you
planets
know,
will
if I do
lose
do
their
stuff
atmospheres
like
and they'll
that,
just sort of
I always
swept
just
away.
go loose and just do it like that. Maybe even use my cane to hold me down. And just do little by little. And another thing too I do is this. You know, it's really good. That's why I should be holding on to this rope when I do
Add
those.
exhaust to hydrogen fuel.
Because I'm
The
really
sun's
tight and
outer
having a
edge
hard time with
inflates.
my kicking and stuff today.
As
But-
our star enters its red giant phase,
You know, you can do
expanding
this,
millions
hold
of
this up,
kilometers out into space.
do all these, and hold on to this, you know, for a helper.
Mercury is the
And then
first
once
of
you
the
get
elements.
loosened up, you know, and you're calm and you're relaxed, you can, you know, do your balancing, your whatever.
Then Venus's fate
I'm
is
bad with
sealed.
this leg. I'm more left-legged for some reason with my kicks.
Some models predict that Earth
there
may
you go.
barely
You know,
escape the fiery fate
Hand
of
motion,
Venus,
you know, whatever. My hands are just keeping my balance.
hanging on beyond the edge.
And I try to
of
keep
the
them
dying
up to
star
where I
of
can
Mars.
protect myself. You know, should my kick go bad. Whew. You know, right in here, this is good
But the
too.
long
But then you don't have
years
nothing
before
out here. I
terrestrial
like it
planets
out here better.
reveal
Whack. Grab them, post off of them, and then
the
kick.
lives lived on one of them.
Wing Chun does a
Nothing
lot
more
of
than a
posting
distant
kicks
memory.
where you kind of post off the person and bang, bang. At least my Wing Chun does. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. I can't say what everyone else's Wing Chun does. This is my personal Wing Chun.
See with the camera.
I do all kinds of shit. I like
Passing close to the
old
planet,
way of kung fu
Voyager
thinking.
sensors reveal why Uranus is
Or maybe
so
it's still
featureless.
true, but I mean, I know it's not. It seems like it's not that true amongst a lot of way people teach.
Temperatures here
I think good kung fu's
are the
got good
coldest of any
striking,
world in the
boxing,
solar
good
system.
wrestling, good seizing and controlling techniques, and good weapons. You know, and everything that has to deal with
There's
weapons,
simply
weapon
not enough
retention,
heat to
taking
drive
weapons
the
away from
storms
other
seen on
people.
Jupiter and Saturn.
Like I said about hold on, keeping a hold on to your own weapons.
Uranus is an entirely new class of planet,
Oh. I gotta catch my breath.
an ice giant.
I get excited. I gotta watch. I get a shortness of
And
breath
more
and
surprises
shit.
were to come.
And it's kind of cold today, and it's still fairly warm in here.
Uranus
Probably should be a little warmer.
has
So
rings.
if I let it get too cold, that fucks up my breathing.
We knew long ago from telescopic
And I
observations
try to keep it
the
warm
rings
so I
were
can
there at Uranus.
exercise.
We didn't know their configuration or their shape.
Voyager begins to explore the ring system and spots something curious in the shadows. Two moons, Cordelia on the inner edge of the brightest ring, and Ophelia on the outer edge, help to organize the system.
Particles within the rings can be moved inwards or outwards as these tiny objects called shepherd moons, whose gravitational force can shape and sculpt the rings themselves.
But it's the orientation of the orbits of these moons
Fingers
and the rings
and the
themselves
eyes and the
that
palm.
singles
Man,
out
this
Uranus
finger go like,
as the strangest of worlds.
and this is a bam.
Uranus looks bizarre. The rings, rather than looking like that when you look through a telescope,
Damn,
they're
fist
actually
neck.
orbiting up and over the top of the planet.
Slashing elbow
The
too.
whole thing is
Temple.
tipped like a spinning top.
This bizarre orientation hints at an unusual past.
And running this camera when I exercise is kind of a pain,
Since the
man.
beginning,
I
everything
gotta
in
be
the solar
much more
system has been
mindful of
circling
the
in the
camera
same
than I am
direction.
of actual exercising. Kind of
It
sucks.
begins with a vast cloud of material that orbits the young sun. Over time, the material draws together, forming each of the planets. Today, they all orbit the sun and spin on their axes in the same counterclockwise direction as that primordial cloud. Except for Venus and Uranus, which spin in the opposite direction.
Oh, right.
But Uranus is even
What
stranger
do I got?
because the
20
entire
minutes.
planet is on its side.
Yeah, that's good enough, man.
This was a really
Screw it.
strange
I already
system.
worked out
So
earlier.
why is Uranus so tipped on
This
its
is just
side?
making a
It
tape.
roughly
You know, for
size
the hell of
object
it.
smashed into Uranus
But
late
it's,
in its
I'm gonna try to
formation
make one every
history.
day. Try to
Then that
actually
would
make it
have
when I
had the
exercise.
proper amount of momentum to
Sometimes
basically
I
knock
just
it
don't
out of
feel
the sun.
good. Don't I exercise, but I don't really want to videotape it. Plus, who the hell wants to watch some old guy that's sick and trying to work out and he sucks? You know, about halfway feeling good and I'm loosening up, and then I'll do a little bit of kung fu. All right, well, there's a little 20-minute workout. You know, fucking around. In
And
between
the collision may
doing
also help
my
to
housework,
explain another of
I gotta
Uranus's
finish
mysteries.
washing my clothes.
Why the
And,
planet is so cold.
that's it, I guess. See ya.
That impact
See ya.
presumably relinquished all of that internal
Remember
energy
to
that
like,
the planet
subscribe,
had when it
and
first
all
formed.
that bullshit.
And
I don't like
as a
saying that
relatively
shit,
dead
man. I
and
guess you got to
sluggish
do
world.
it though. If you got to want to try to get people to watch shit. But I'm just as a learning experience to me, man. I don't know how to do this. All right, see ya.
But Voyager's